So let's see what Lombardia has in store for us. This would be Raiding Party now switching out one of the players with Moin in the right flank position here. And they're discussing a little bit of lag stuff here. But that's where we're going at. We have Fingolfin playing the pocket role this time around with the Slavs. And his teammates being Moin with the Vikings here. Maybe we get to see Berserkers this game. How come you hate Lombardia? Because it's a wall fest and a very slow map. Basically do-it-yourself hideout or arena, and I generally don't like the closed maps. And Lombardia is just my worst nightmare because it's a mix of these two. It's just full wall and boom into unique unit, no potential for feudal aggression usually because the team wall off is just too easy. And yeah, I don't like it. Too slow. Not my style. That's why I'm hosting a tournament with only open maps. You need to watch our game Where's Parabellum. Didn't I cast that already in Deno? I think I casted that previous... No, maybe not. Maybe it's coming sometime later. Yeah, I know feudal aggression is possible, but... Yeah, I just don't like the map. Maybe it's in my view of failure. Not if you fuck up the team walls, good point. Yeah, that could happen. Anyway, we have Vikings here, probably going to play the Archer's role, has the potential for Berserkers, for raiding in the late game as well. And they get Siege Ram, could have a strong Siege Ram. Push, Slavs, great Siege, decent unique unit in the Boyar with mobility and damage potential. And Goths for Yip Hip here. Ay, Goths. I both hate to play and hate to play against Goths. So one-sided infantry spam Civ. I might actually upload a triple Goths game one. Nothing to see here. What you talking about? Yeah, we'll pay attention to the team walls then. When do you think Berserkers are strong, Akkal-AOE? Well, Berserkers have some speed and they're strong. They're fantastic against Eagle Warriors, for example. So you'd see them in the late game against Metal Civs, for example. And then there's the... Oh, goodbye. Fighting Bones Scout. Was nice to meet you. And Berserkers as a raiding unit substitute for Vikings as well in the late game because they have some speed and Vikings don't have the best cavalry for the late game. And then maybe even against other infantry or against cavalier and camels as well because of the unique technology that gives Vikings infantry some bonus damage. Fingolfin, I have a triple douche game uploaded on my YouTube today. It was a 4v4, but it was only triple douche though. Berserkers would die to Paladin, that's true. No. Let's have a look at the other side as well though. We have Curvely here, Fighting Bones here with the Teutons on the side. Strongest melee units in the game probably, because they, at least in terms of defense, because they get +1 defense in the Cast Age and Imperial Ages. So they have Paladins with +1 or with 5 defense or 5+2 defense, pretty crazy. But lacking husbandry, so they're lacking some speed. And they're flaring the team walls in the middle here, forward barracks, and not a hole there. Kind of looked like it. There's something here though. So Teutons. Mayans in the pocket, not that pocket position matters so much here when they're so close, but Mayans with the potential for plumed archers, very quick and mobile foot archer, and Eagle Warriors for raids maybe, or against enemy archers if they go for them. I don't see Eagle Warriors into play against Goths that have such an easy time going into mass infantry champions against them though. And finally Hans for Spicy Bull. fantastic cav archers and fully upgraded paladins that both we might see come into play, who knows. And also the unique unit attack and a very high pierce armor mounted unit, basically like a Huskarl on horse, but of course weak to, for example, halberdiers. And I agree with the Ghost here that Vikings is an interesting choice for Lombardia, because they are not really very mobile and the distance is pretty large here. But we'll see how it progresses, of course. Some walling potential. So we have the edge here covered. Doesn't look too bad. North side. We haven't used them yet. Yeah, that's a point for League of Empires as well. There's a limit to how many times you can use each civilization. And if you're a boomer, of course you love Vikings, because Vikings have such a great eco in the wheelbarrow and handcart kicking in instantly. So, Fingolfin just chilling out here. Has the woodland scouted here, so we have some potential for a full wall here. Raiding party doesn't seem to be too stressed out here, though. We're flaring like crazy in the middles here, and here comes the barracks from the Vikings player as well. Fuel Age just kicked in for Spicy Boyo. The Hunks player is in the Fuel Age now, dropping the barracks a bit late here, so you won't be seeing the stable just yet. Palisade walls going up here, but do they know that it's in fact open towards the edge here? Yeah, they have it scouted, they're covered, that's fine. So we should be seeing scouts in production here. We have Moin up as well. Maybe thinking more about Boom here. Fingolfin just minding his own business near the edge here and sensing no danger whatsoever. Oh, clever. Walling around the tree there to make sure a palisade chopping tree is not an option here. No army in production just yet. I'm guessing the stables are up for Spicy Boyo. Cool walls not in place at all. They're flaring, still flaring the team walls here, and I don't see any holes for now. But Spicy Boyo going forward with the scouts now might be able to deny some walling here. Oh. Oh. Alright, so here's the thing, if there should be anyone here that actually don't know. One thing is the walls aren't complete. You don't want to use single trees as part of your wall like this, because if that gets noticed by the enemy, they would send one villager forward, they would start chopping this tree, and since it's a single tree, you could just place a building foundation like a palisade wall over yourself or this one, and then you have an opening. It just disappears just like that. Look at those quick walls though, not really saving the villager there, but a noble attempt it was. Spicy Boyo's scout is going down. Who is going to complete the wall though? Looks like Moin is on it here. Bit of indecisiveness here. Going to trap one villager on the outside there, I believe. And now let's look at the progress here. Fingolfin 50% cast age, Yipip also 30% up here. Whereas the other team, some of them are going for a bit more of a feudal commitment here. Fighting Bones just 200 food shy of going up here. And what tile? Just conveniently not plugged here. So suddenly we have an open Arabia-style map here now, because the wall is not in place, and Spicy Boy is there just in time to deny the wall from going up. There's still the issue of actual resource investment into going up though. We have both Yipip and Fingolfin on the way to the Cast Lagers, and that's already a power spike where you could start providing whatever the next age means for you. Could be maybe Knights for Fingolfin here, he's going into one stable Knights here. And scouts are roaming around, and here comes Moin to hopefully salvage the situation here. I'm saying hopefully because they're could almost have been a gap in between there. Crisis averted for now though. We have 2 players on Raiding Party in the castle age, with Moin just behind going up with 40 population here, 6 military, some archers I guess. And all in all, not too many losses taken here for Raiding Party. Fingolfin losing some, at least 1 villager and some using units here. Spicy Boyo losing the forward scouts as well, so that's the deaths in play here. Some ambitious team walling here for Boom and Zoom as well. They're still neglecting to wall this side though, so that's something they need to address as the game goes on. They really have to fix that gap as well. They know it's open here, so there's no reason not to do anything about it. This is Spicy Boyo's responsibility on this side. But very ambitious forward team waller. Imagine quick walling behind this and all of your villagers are all the way over here. It's going to be a pain in the ass actually. But you do secure the hills for yourself for now. Assuming that the walls are complete on this side. We felt bad that Yipip didn't do anything last game, so I did nothing. Huge scouts commitment from Spicy Boyo here though, maybe expecting there to be more openings in the walls or trying to get lucky here, but now I think the crisis is averted for now. Even an outpost on the woodland here for Moin man. I don't trust this scouts commitment from Spicy Boyo here. Lacking the gold for the uplick, so that could be the issue. They want army on the field, but there's an opening here, and hello, says Fingolfin. We're in, boys. And say goodbye to the Hans villager here. Yeah, don't underestimate outposts. They give some nice intel on the minimap and give you a heads up if something happens, but I usually don't see them generally this early though, because it's a stone investment and you want that stone for your castle age, but in this case maybe no need to stress it the way it is. It's important to have some vision as well. 3 knights inside for Fingolfin, +2 defense, +1 attack. Could cause some serious trouble here actually by just running around and raiding. Palisade Gate doesn't keep them out at all. That was at best obstructing a little bit pathing here. And Fingolfin, you lied, you are actually doing things here. Not fully walled, 20 wins on Lombardia. GG. We don't know that yet, but yeah, judging from the wallings here and the fact that this is still open, something that Fingolfin's team probably doesn't know, or don't know, but at least forcing a reaction here, and that's going to keep most of Boom and Zoom's army at home. They are forward though, almost breaking through here, but I think Fingolfin is going to take responsibility and this time around finish some walls and keep them out. And let's say the timing for crossbow was a clutch for Curbly. Yeah, true. The crossbows could clean up those knights, even though the knights on +2, the masses are decent here, so that was a good cleanup. Well, seeing a pretty serious eco lead for Raiding Party here, though. 2 TCs for Yipip, 3 in fact for the Goths. Triple TC boom with Goths untouched. That's something that should never be allowed to happen. Vikings comfortably staying on 1 TC it seems, but they have such strong eco anyway, so why not just provide some military instead and have some fun forward. Crossbows now on the move for Moin here. And I realize there's been some action here, but when the crisis is averted, please make sure to plug the gap. Mind the gap. Crossbow versus crossbow here, we have more upgrades for Moin, so with 13 versus 13 it's actually still going to be Moin's match up to win. Maybe even with 3 more here it could be one with some micro and the hill advantage. Let's see the fight here. We have a flare over the other side, flaring a relic maybe, or some additional walls, who knows. Alright, decent hit and run here. It's Moin is microing against larger group of units here, and finally we have Spicy Boyo with the next age up as well. Floating a lot of resources here. We'll hopefully put that into multiple knights from one stable for now. So here's the thing, when you're throughout the game you never want to be floating a lot of resources. This amount of food, if you have a market, let's see if Spicy Boy has a market, they do. You could tweak those resources with the market and make sure you could drop another stable and then use the market to buy yourself some more gold, and suddenly you're looking at much more knights production as a whole. Moin takes the hill here, focuses down the knights that are currently only with +1 attack, and that's about it. So we're playing Booming Simulator back home here. Moin Vikings still 1 TC, heavily committed to gold here. Triple TCs for Yipip, and this is the second TC, third TC for Fingolf in here as well. Playing the boom game and not really stressing the fact that the other players are maybe stabilizing a little bit here. This hole though, there's no man of the match here. This hole is the man of the match for Raiding Party. It's just allowing them free passage. That's one tile, and there's actually been plugged over here, but what's help is there in that with one conveniently, one or two tiles conveniently opening up for the aggression on this side. So, isn't this a decent fight for Moin still, losing some numbers, but still with 19 military, 18 military back home? This is not the worst trade ever, considering that there's more army coming at some point. Second TC out in the woods and golds over here as well. Sneaky boys, where did they sneak? Oh. Oh. Goffs, 80% imp. That's going to be a pickle for Zoom and Boom here. Only one barracks for now. Do we have a castle for the Goths player? We need the castle for the unique tech. There's the castle. And don't you dare calling these sneaky boys. They are both women. Idle Wills, I presume, was being tagged here. Imperial Age in for the Goths, and third barracks on the way up now. Why would you want production at home when you could just drop the forward barracks as Goths get into the unique techs? Here's conscription. Goths barracks, they work 20% faster in general as a team bonus, but then you have the unique technology in the Imperial Age as well, allowing Goth barracks to work 100% faster on top of that. And then again you have conscription, having your units create even more quickly, and then the Goth spam tends to be unstoppable, especially considering that no player on the other team has clicked Imperial Age yet. Sneaky builders, I like that compromise. Yeah, I think the male villagers work faster, slightly faster. So 5th barracks going up. Imperial Age actually on the way for the Teutons player though, and that's bad news for the Goths, although it's going to take a good look at these farms though. Missing some tiles here, but it's still pretty darn beautiful to look at with these absolutely symmetrical farms all around. Unfortunately, they're not as efficient considering the walking distance. Zoom and Boom should go into champions ASAP here though, Teuton's champions. They would actually hold up very nicely against the Goths units here, because Teuton's melee units, they get more melee armor overall. Those are nice farms. There are gaps here. Teutonic Knights are an option as well, but I'd say they are too slow. And much tougher to mass. And they don't have a castle. There's one castle, okay, but still too slow to mass. Here comes the 11, and how do they deal with this? Elite Huskarl, the spam is almost real, except Yipip isn't really queuing anything more for the time being. You deleted the walls. Knights helping out here, Hans Knights, but they're missing all of the upgrades, and they are going to take terrible fights against the Huskarls, actually Elite Huskarls, unfortunately. Crossbows won't help at all, because if you look at the pierce armor of the Elite Huskarls here, it's a whooping 8 plus 12. Just look at the crossbows, they can't even kill one here. So Spicy Boy is in serious trouble here. He has had weak eco the whole way here, sort of, compared to the others. But we still have 36 villagers down now, and even more being lost here. Castles going up. Again, the castles will just provide limited protection. You have a place to garrison your units to save them, but that's about it. What Fighting Bones needs to do here is drop loads of barracks and make sure to be able to go into champions or some such. Yes, Teuton, Cavalier or Paladin would hold up decently against Elite Huskarls as well. What's happening though? Did you pull them back, Yipip?
Hey, sir?
What's going on? Chemistry on the way? Are we going to see Elite Huskarl bombard cannons here? Stone walls, raiding party, they are going to go for the secure trade routes from the corners now to have yeah, unlimited gold access as the game moves on. But please, please, please don't allow these stone walls to go up, Yipip. Hand cannons, obviously, yes. And yeah. That makes sense, actually, to have an answer to enemy infantry. Crop rotation, important upgrades here, kicking in for those cheap Teuton's farms for Fighting Bones. We have not too much army on the field. Look at the numbers here. Yipip with 51, Moin with 64, wherever those might be. There we go. Crossbows, Imperial Age just around the corner, and we'll be looking at Vikings Arbalists to join in here as well. Spice is doing the right thing, going into Longsword. Let's see, there's the Arson and Squires as well, actually, so yeah. But still only one barracks from what I can tell here. I was asking for Teutonic Knights from boats. Yeah, okay, that's a good call as well. And here come the Huskarls back in with some halberdiers just before the stone walls can be completed here, and their raid is real. I think Yipip feels very comfortable in the position right now, given the current army count, 84, and with Moin with soon to be Arbalists. They are Arbalists actually, but they're not moving forward. They are on defensive duty back home here to make sure this castle goes up. I mean, this game could likely have been over only with the Goth spell only 10 minutes ago, but we're going for the slow kill here. Teutonic Knights. Until the Arbalists can arrive here, this is actually a very, very good call by Fighting Bones. More defensive castles going up as well. And they're slinging Fighting Walls here to keep more production going. Yeah, so high armor on the Teutonic Knights, high melee armor, high attack output as well. A little bit less than the Huskarls. Hand cannons will shred the Teutonic Knights, and so will the Vikings Arbalists that are right around the corner now. We have Fingolf in here with some Knights as well, just chilling out here on the way to the next age with a good boom going for them here. And since the early open holes on the other side nothing has really touched Raiding Party. So we have a Raiding Party at work here on the north side of Zoom Boom's team, and looking at the sheer masses of units on both ends here and an unstoppable Goth spam, they simply end the game right there and call the GG. GG, well played on Lombardia for our friends here. $159.68 KD here on the positive side for, well, it's negative for Fingolfin actually. And Void with 55.24 as well. This was all Goths in the frontier for the most part. GG indeed. Let's have a look at the uptimes here as well. Fast Castle certainly paid off for the long-term economy and to allow Goths to get to Imperial Age unobstructed as well. That should just never happen. Even relics captured. Fingolfin booming away and enjoying their time and letting Yipip kill away after the previous hideout game. No army until minute 30, and that's where the Goths spam pulls in. You gotta keep an eye on your KD, yeah, indeed.